So here are 12 phrases that people often say to their spouse that could really harm a relationship.
Right.
So the first is, you're so controlling. Now, if you say that to your spouse, you kind of putting your spouse in a category that they don't deserve to be in. You'll never change. You're abusive. You're just jealous. You're lazy. You should avoid at all costs putting your spouse in a category like all men are dogs, or like all women are the same. They want the same things, and kind of like in an argument, you shouldn't put them in a category of gender.
Right.
Everyone in your family do what you do. So like everyone in your family is like you. So like if they quarrel and you say, oh, you're just like your mother, or you're just like your sister or your father or whatever, or all of you all is nag or something like that, that's what people say in relationships, right? And that's the things that you should steer away from.
Well, unless is the truth.
You never listen to me. So if you're in an argument and you tell your spouse, you never listen to me, it's not gonna bring a solution. It's not gonna bring an end to the argument. It's actually gonna fuel an argument. Any of these 12 phrases that we mentioned here are not going to bring an end to an argument. It's something that will fuel your argument. You don't care about my feelings. You're always wrong. I'd be better off without you. So that was the last one. And I would say any of these phrases are very toxic, and you in an argument should not say these things. And if you feel like saying them, you should just pause and reconsider. And the reason we feel to say these things is because a lot of times we put our spouse into a category that doesn't even fit them. You said you even pay attention. You don't want to be.
No, I want to be. I guess.
Right. So here this now, right? Most of the time we put our spouse into a category that doesn't even fit them. And the reason for this is because we are influenced by like things we saw on TV growing up, and
right,
things we see on social media. So
right,
like,
so we just repeating stuff we see in sitcoms when we were kids.
I mean, when you see it like that,
yeah, in a way. People who watch sitcoms when they were kids might act like do something.
you have a blanket on your microphone right now and you're talking, and you just want to know why I shout you up one day.
In a way, people who did look at a lot of Friends and sitcoms and move rom-com stuff like that.
Rom-com?
Romantic comedy.
Oh.
Might act more along those lines as compared to, like, I know people too that grew up without TVs and they don't do weird shit that your privileged friends that grew up with cable and plenty free time would do. They don't act out weird notions of what they think they might have, need and stuff.
Right. Well, that's a factor of it. But we also, other than what we see on TV and social media, we also would put our spouse in a category because of what we would hear from our parents and grandparents. Now, that is a big part of it. And that is why you will be tempted to say in an argument, you're just like your mother, or you're just like your father, or all of your family is the same. And the reason for that is because if your grandparents were abusive to each other and your grandparents have a specific way that they deal with each other and argue and bicker, if you know, that's all you know. And that's ingrained in you. And then you know in your...
As a minority, I think a lot of the families that we know through weddings, they grew up with all that though. And they grew up with their family giving them a good example of how to keep a relationship together or a family together. And even though it's like cultural stuff that, the expected norms that you always should act in the householder's life and stuff, I think it really, from whenever it originated, it really serves a good purpose to letting people know how to act. But people that might have grown up without the the traditional cultural household religious culture expectations, and they got the way how to act from television and movies and stuff, I think they might be weirder.
Right, so you might hear like all men are dogs or all men cheat on you, and as a female you kind of go with that notion.
And this is that the people who did grow up with without culture and religion telling them how they should act towards their loved ones, and they have a greater chance of being single. Maybe just pushing people away.
Yeah. Okay, so if you hear these words, if you are not the one saying these words and it's your partner, then just remind yourself that when your partner is upset and let's say your partner says any of these things to you, it's all about forgiveness. And the reason why we even speaking about these phrases is because sometimes, or most times, in arguments and in heated moments where you don't have much control about the things that you're saying because it's emotional, these things are said. So if it's being said to you, you need to just forgive easily and know that.
Rise above it. Metacognition. Be aware of it. Forgive it. Let it go. Grasp the thought and let it go.
Yeah, so if you try to remember that they're often said with a lot of emotion and don't hold on to it, let it go, because the health of your relationship is where you should be focused. And these harsh words that are said to you are only temporary, fleeting emotions, and I'm sure your spouse doesn't mean it.
Smoke a weed and forget about it.
No. In my last video, I talk about not smoking and drinking.
Nah.
Yeah, so don't.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Can't broad shook things so.
Yes. I say if you're in a relationship, you should drop that.
Why?
Because it's dumb.
For us, but plenty of people might find benefit depending on what stage of their life they're in.
Well, whatever.
You say don't do coke?
No, I said I'm not putting this in this video.
You say don't do coke?
I said in a relationship, the benefits of having a committed relationship is that you're able to let go of the party lifestyle.
Right, but you talk about weed and marijuana and
I talk about smoking and drinking and how I was able to...
think that you're saying to do coke.
No, I'm not saying to do coke. Not that coke is not the normal.
Because you don't smoke or drink it.
What?
You don't smoke or drink coke. You sniff it.
No, well, and if you're snorting coke, you want a party? Unless you're snorting coke and you stay at home, then maybe that is okay.
Right.
Maybe it's okay.
Good point.
So, how we wrapping this up now?
Still last sentence there.
Yeah, I say let them go for the health of your What? And focus on that. Right. So let those phrases. If you are not the one saying these things, and it's your spouse telling you these things, don't hold on to it. Let it go. Forgive them. Know that it's Just now I have to.
Let's ask them.
No, wait. Know that it's temporary judgmental feelings. Temporary judgmental feelings that you should let go of. And your spouse doesn't really mean it.
Ask them to kindly don't do that because it hurts their feelings.
Really? You think that works?
Yeah, they say the word kindly. So kindly not do that.
You find that's nice. Okay. Maybe you could ask them to stop.
No, say the word kindly.
Can you kindly not compare me to my mother? Or can you kindly not tell me that I'm lazy?
Right.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. My whole thing though is to just let go of it and forgive it.
Right.
And the quicker that you forgive it in your relationship is the quicker that you could refocus back to building each other up. Yeah, after all those things are said and done, if you don't contribute to it, there's always a way to pause and continue with the positives of your relationship.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Goodbye.